Nature's fruits and vegetables in a capsule, changing the world one life at a time.
I've been taking vitamins off and on my whole adult life, and I've never seen any change. Not like this, not since I've been on Balance of Nature. I used to take prescription medication for muscle aches and stuff. I don't take that anymore. I wish I would have started it back when I first heard about it on the radio. And if I can give Balance of Nature any advice, keep it out on the radio, because I still hear these commercials from time to time, and I'm thinking, you people need to listen up. I mean, I'm over 50, and, your body starts wearing down. But Balance of Nature has literally changed my life. It really has.
Get a wide variety of all your daily recommended servings of whole fruits and vegetables without having to leave your home. Right now, Balance of Nature is offering free shipping and 35% off on any new preferred order. Call 1-800-2468-751 or go to balanceofnature.com and use discount code USA.
It's time for Farm and Range headlines on the Southeast AgNet. I'm Tyron Spearman reporting. U.S. Congressman Sanford Bishop was in the district this past week, and he is head of the Rural Development, Food and Drug Administration and related agencies, plus head of the House Appropriations Subcommittee. He visited Sunland Farms in Albany to talk about pecans, and then he visited the National Peanut Lab in Dawson, Georgia, to discuss peanuts. He said, one of the most important things to me as Ag Appropriations Chairman is making sure the crops we grow in Georgia, Florida, and Alabama continue their massive contribution to our local, state, and national economies, while also feeding our citizens a nutritious food. Pecans and peanuts are very healthy and are also two of our largest agricultural exports. The pecan industry requested and the House provided for fiscal year 2021 $1.5 million for research on pecan cracking and pasteurization technology, and also $1.5 million on pecan breeding and genetics. On peanuts, the peanut industry requested and the House provided $1.51 million for the aflatoxin research study conducted at the Agricultural Research Station Peanut Lab in Dawson, Georgia, and Fort Valley State University. So $3 million for pecans and $1.51 for peanuts, and it's all happening right now from the Ag Appropriations Committee.
The Environmental Quality Incentives Program, or EQIP, is a continuous sign-up program allowing landowners or operators to apply for financial and technical assistance from many types of conservation practices. And USDA's Natural Resources Conservation Service in Florida has made it easy to get more details. Just log on to www.fl.nrcs.usda.gov. You'll find links to more detailed information on the overall EQIP program, or simply stop by your local NRCS office.
I'm Tyron Spearman for Southeast AgNet.
When it really counts, depend on the source for the latest weather updates, keeping you ahead of the storm. 96.3 FM, 1370 AM, The Source.
Today will be partly sunny with a shower in the area this afternoon. High today, 84 to 88. Then mainly clear and humid this evening. Low tonight, 73 to 77. Humid day on Tuesday with clouds and sunshine. High tomorrow, 87 to 89. Then warm and humid Wednesday with a mix of clouds and sunshine and a high of 87 to 91. Look for an afternoon shower in places on Thursday. From the Florida Weather Center, I'm Holly Holdren.
Welcome back to Ocala Talks with Tom Schmitz. Joining us on the line now to talk election, because November 3rd is Election Day. Early voting already underway here in Marion County. As we were talking about before the break, we gave you all the areas where you can go do your early voting, or you can wait till day of like I do and go vote. But joining us today is Todd Starsiak of the HGTV show Good Bones. He's teaming up with Lotrimin for their Stand with Confidence campaign, which aims to encourage consumers to stand up for what they believe in and vote. He's also the assistant project manager and contractor for Tad is also the assistant project manager and contractor for Two Chicks and a Hammer. Welcome to the show this morning, Tad. Glad to have you with us.
Hey, Tom. Super glad to be here. Thanks for having me.
We've heard about, encouraging people to get out and vote, and I do it all the time on this show here. I'm a staunch proponent of getting out to vote. I tell people if you're registered to vote and you don't go vote, or if you're not registered to vote, and you didn't vote, I don't want to hear you complain about the outcomes of these elections. So you have to go be part of the process. And you're helping with an initiative called the Stand with Confidence campaign. Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, that's right. So definitely more important than ever right now is to have our voice heard. So Loachman's Stand with Confidence campaign launched earlier this month ahead of the election to encourage people to have the confidence to stand up and use their voice on November 3rd, which is our election day, and beyond that. And as a contractor in my line of work, I'm spending a lot of time on my feet, like 10 to 12 hours. So I'm proud to be teamed up with Loachman. They're a very relevant brand to my life. And for those who don't know what Loachman is, it's a leading foot care over-the-counter brand that's trying to do and wants to do more than just provide a preventative solution and cure for athlete's foot and other foot issues such as like wetness and odor. And with its latest Stand with Confidence campaign, Loachman is supporting people to stand for what they believe in, and I get to tag along for the ride, and I'm super glad to be doing so.
Tad, come on now. What's a contractor from HGTV, show on HGTV? What are you doing getting involved with voting?
Yeah, so, there's actually like a parallel there that I've thought about. So like as a contractor, when we start our projects for Good Bones, we're always looking for houses that have a good foundation. A strong foundation is the most important part of the house. And someone who I would consider, as kids my age would say, woke or aware of the times, voting is the cornerstone and the foundation of our democracy. And we all have to work together to make that strong. So that's why I've teamed up with Loachman, because we're both understanding how important it is for us to stand up for the things we believe in and to exercise our right to vote to make the changes we want to see in the world. Because like you said, Tom, if we don't have our voices heard and we don't go out and vote, we're not going to see those changes, but people will still whine about it, so we need to get out and we need to vote.
Well, you said people your age. I'm 54. I take it you're a little younger than I am. What do you think is one of the main reasons the 20-somethings and 30-somethings who say they're woke, but then when it comes time to put up or shut up, they don't go to the voting box to show that they matter too? Because, by the way, if the younger generation from 18 to 30 turned out en masse to vote, they would set the process for how this country's run.
100%. I think that's a tough one. I think, I don't think it's a laziness issue as far as I don't know if it was instilled heavily how important it is and how much of a privilege it is to vote. Life is so fast-paced, especially in the social media age, that I think they get consumed by other things that seem more important, So that's why, like Loachman, their Stand with Confidence campaign, they're trying to get onto social media, right? So they've actually are unveiling a series of Instagram and Snapchat filters that apply to people around my age to give them shareable tools to express their issues and raise awareness and have greater visibility of what's going on, especially with the election so close.
Working in this campaign so closely, what is it that you found that are some of the challenges that you may not have thought of before, but you now see with voting?
Right. So COVID-19 has pretty much touched everything this year, and voting is definitely one of those things. This is probably one of our most challenging years to go, but early voting is happening right now as well as voting by mail. And I will say, if you do choose to vote by mail, you have to make sure you read that form carefully, fill it out completely. And in some states, you even have to have a witness sign your ballot. And Tom, like you said, some of us are going to wait till Election Day, but however we choose to vote, we need to remember we have a voice and use it. Because that's so important. And then also, Tom, one of the challenges I've been seeing is some people are standing in lines for as long as 11 hours, so Loachman really applies to those people who have athlete's foot or issues with wetness, itchiness, or odor. And while this year is already so challenging and stressful, Loachman taking care of your feet while you stand in line is a big deal for some people, so if any of you have those issues, Loachman's got you covered, so super proud to be teaming up with him to help people get out, vote early, vote on Election Day, and make it to the post office or the mailbox.
Look, I know you're working with Lotrimin, and believe me, my golf game would not be what it is if I didn't have Lotrimin on a regular basis for my athlete's feet. Believe me.
Right. No, I totally understand.
Let me ask you this, though, because when I saw who this was, I was like, I did a double take, and I was like, really? Tad? Because I watch Good Bones because it's such a great show. You go find great houses with a little age on them. The structure, the exterior structure is amazing. And the things you do, the things you and the family, the people do on that show with the way you transform these remarkable houses from the inside out. How has this changed how your everyday life goes now that Good Bones is such? Because I watch it. I know a lot of people that watch it. How's things changed for you since Good Bones has become a hit?
Well, Tom, what I'll tell you is I think what my family really loves to do is we love to make a difference. And we've done that in our neighborhoods here. We've done about 100 houses. So we've seen this area really come alive. And for me personally, this show started when I was 20, 21. And, a lot of it can go to your head when it's starting out. It's like I'm on this TV show now. But I learned young that, to spread love, positivity, and encourage people. So the platform that it's given me, the ability to be on here with you and, stand with Lotrimin and encourage people to go out and vote, that's a very tangible impact that I get to create because of the opportunity of Good Bones. So it's been super impactful for me.
Well, for people that may not know, I doubt that I would be amazed if there are people, but tell people, for people that don't watch Good Bones, where it is that you've done a lot of this good, because people say, well, what part of the country is he talking about?
Right, yeah. So I'm from Indianapolis, Indiana. So real quick, that's why Lotrimin makes sense, because it's super hot here during the summer and super humid. And work boots don't breathe that well here, But so Indianapolis, Indiana, and we revitalize homes in Indy one house at a time in the surrounding downtown area. We've done about 100 houses. We take them all the way down to the foundation, and we bring them back up, and we make them go from sad, dilapidated homes to these beautiful homes that really still have a lot of the characteristics of the old home that was there.
Well, Good Bones is on HGTV. We're talking with Tad Starsiak. He is teamed up with Lotrimin for an election day get out the vote campaign. It's a Stand with Confidence campaign. Where can people go to find more information about where they can see you on Good Bones and how they can join with you and Lotrimin in this Stand for Confidence campaign?
Yeah, so you can find me on HGTV. Reruns are on right now, so just look at your guide. We'll be back for Season 6, probably April or May next year, Tuesday nights, 9 p.m. And, guys, so important with the election come up to use your voice. So please, if you guys want to know more, go visit lotrimin.com/standwithconfidence and to learn how Lotrimin is helping consumers stand with confidence, whether they're walking to the polls or to the mailbox.
Tad Starsiak, he is the assistant project manager of Two Chicks with a Hammer, and he's also on Good Bones on HGTV. Tad, thanks for taking some time out with us this morning.
Hey, thank you, Tom. It's been a real pleasure.
Have a good morning. It doesn't matter to me whether you vote Democrat, Republican, Independent, Constitutional Party for my good friend Jim Penna. Doesn't matter to me how you vote. What matters to me is that there are men and women who have sacrificed their lives to give you the freedom of your constitutional duty to go vote. That's what this is, folks. Voting is not a privilege. It's not something you take lackadaisical. Yeah, I might do it, I might not do it. It's your constitutional duty, just like jury duty. Voting is something you're required to do. And for those of you that don't register to vote, you're cheating the system. In my opinion, worse than anybody else cheats the system, because there are men and women that have sacrificed their lives, their limbs, their families to fight for the freedoms that allow you and allow us as a country to every 4 years peacefully exchange leadership. And if you're not a part of that, every man and woman that has ever worn a uniform and defended this Constitution, you've kind of cheated them out of what they did for you. And Joe, I know you're a guy who wore the uniform, and I know you understand that the Constitution is something that has to be defended, and voting is something that is it's not a privilege, it's a right and a duty. You have to do it.
It's one of the steps.
It is.
One of the many steps. Like the steps to the Capitol. It's one of the many steps.
One of the many steps. We're going to take a break. When we come back, we'll wrap up the third hour. But, you got something for me, Joe, real quick?
Yeah, no,
what do you got?
Real quick. I'm going to give you these you're going to read, then I have a story here or two.
Oh, well, then we'll do that after the break.
Yes.
1370 AM, 96.3 FM, WOCA, The Source.
Right here in town, it's Super 8 Motel Ocala, right down the road on 40, just west of I-75. And they're pet friendly. Have truck parking, free breakfast, a swimming pool, a kiddie pool, and veterans get 10% off. It's a staycation at Super 8 Ocala. Call today, Super 8 Ocala, at 352-629-8794. Again, 352-629-8794. Ocala's Appleton Museum of Art has reopened to all visitors. See the world